How are you getting on today, folks? How are you all doing? Don't know what, I have no idea what I'm going to say. Anyways, start this video. What are we at? We're kind of messing. It's a Saturday evening. I'm hanging around since about 10 o'clock this morning waiting to go mowing. Mower's on, greased, ready to go, diesel and everything, and you've been kind of just getting close to going and it just makes tons of shower, and it's not, they're not showing on the phone or on the forecast or anything, but anyways, and it's just a heavy old thundery day now where you wouldn't have a bit of energy or nothing, so kind of getting sick of hanging around, and I'd say the mowing is off the cards for this evening. But anyways, we're just kind of going messing here now past a few hours while the digger's here, because that's going next week. Need to get back at a few jobs. That this yard here, as you've seen, there's kind of a corner here with fill left in it, so in the dump trailer, and we've a place for that to go, so we'll throw on a load here. I have the loader on the 5-on-6, which is pretty unusual, I suppose, for you for looking at, and the bucket. They're on it for a reason, because where I'm going to draw on the fill to, I need to push a bit in, but I'll show you as I'm going anyways. So, even the time lapse, this is average fill. You can see it's kind of dirty over there again, that average. Looks good stuff and all that, but it never sets rightly. You always need to cap it off. You'd think it's better fill than what it is, but it's just too much of a nature clay or something. I don't know what. But anyway, this is kind of just a pile of stuff that was kind of scraped off the top, and it was wet as could be, but it has dried out pretty well. Loaded there. I was planning, usually now if I was loading that, I jump up on top of the pile with the digger, but two reasons. Number one, pile is pretty small, and number two is that would stick into the tracks now. I know they're a bit clayey anyway, but and I need to go down beside the house with the digger next, put up a clothesline for my mother, so job is on the long finger with a long time. But anyways, yeah, I'll show you the fill here, what I mean. When it gets wet, or especially frost is a disaster altogether. See here, it just gets tacky, the top of it, and messy. And like, it's summertime now and the weather has been, like, you know, a nice bit of rain got, but it hadn't been bad in general. But anyways, enough yapping, we'll head off this load. So we are here at our destination with our first load of fill, and yeah, we're in the bog, in our own bog. The entrance to this bank, we'll call it, otherwise known in bog terms as the Kish, is very steep, because this road is up on top of the bog, and the banks this either side, I don't know if it's visible from the camera or not, banks are cut away. So this road is up on top of the bog from years and years and years ago. So there's a pretty steep climb up, because that turf was all cut away. That bog, the top of that bog, we all cut away years ago with the old lily push and the slain and all that. So that's why the height difference. High road, low bog, because that has been dug out, a lot of it. So anyways, I'm going to try tip this low, but I need to be very careful. That's why I have the bucket with me, is I might have to tip most of it on the road, because we're up on top of a bog here. I know it's a gravel road and solid and all that, but it's spongy. You can't make too many mistakes, so I can't really back off it. So I'm going to set up the camera here, or see what can I do. I need to be careful anyways for the first load, and then I'm going to push it in then with the load or whatever's sticking out in the road. That is my game plan anyways, so we'll see how that goes. So yeah, kind of have one opportunity now to do this middling, and hopefully in about 5 seconds time this trailer isn't on its side, because wherever it stops, if it sinks, that's where I have to tip it. I don't have any choice, because I will not be able to pull forward. Tractor is safe, it's just the trailer, weight on the trailer. It's a 14-ton trailer, and there's you can see they're a pretty full load on it. So just be careful now. Try not to do anything foolish. Yeah, I think we're safe enough there now. I cannot really go back any further. And the trouble is, these dump trailers as well, when you start tipping them, all the weight transfers back onto the back, the wheels of the dump trailer. So you could be fine. Yeah, see there now, it's sinking to the right hand side a bit, but it's manageable. As the weight comes off, then you can kind of tip up, get a bit more greedy, I suppose. Yeah, that's actually mighty now, because I don't need to tip in any of that, push in any of that load of the loader. It's good enough, people can get by, don't want to be blocking the road. And I'll get another load beside that now as well, like so, because I ideally if I had the bog digger down here, but I do, one second now, bog digger's still in the bog where we finished cutting turf, so I'll just manage with the one. I'd fill a load or two of that fill. If I had a dug out and loose and took my time, I would fill a load or two with the front bucket, but anyways, we'll manage. I'll get 2 loads down there, maybe 3, and a load on the dump trailer, and bring the digger down then and level it all up and tidy it up. So happy days, making progress anyway. Excuse the wind, pretty windy out here. Look what we have moving the digger. The original beast, first tractor to the fleet, back on the pull. Not a bother to her. Oh, it has turned into be one dirty winter's day. Almost the 9th of July. Funny too how different years fall. We were way ahead with the turf flying again on, and now all of a sudden we're behind with the silage. Lads, waiting to cut. We have some stuff cut, and that since yesterday. Bale tomorrow. Today is promising nasty all evening, so we'll let it dry up tomorrow and hopefully get baling early in the day tomorrow. Well, at some stage tomorrow, yeah. Anyways, yeah, we are going down the bog, leveling out some of this fill where we drew down the last day, and the night Fordyce was just sitting in the air looking lonely, so we said we'll bring it for the spin. Yeah, we're both around here and see you in a minute. So now we're arrived at our destination. This is where you've already seen me tipping my loads of fill. So I need to get in over these loads of fill now without tumbling myself down the drain, preferably. Yeah, how are you going with silage and that? I'd say everyone was glad to see the growthy weather come. Any farmer, any slash contractor, but it's getting well time for it to change now. Today is, I'm not sure when you'll be watching this, but today is Monday the 9th of June, and they were on about this weekend coming with high pressure and that, but that seems to be gone out the window, unfortunately. There's two kind of half average days coming now, kind of dryish, but for lads aiming to get dry silage and that, I don't think it's good enough. It's good enough to bale silage that if you just want to get baled up, but you want to go for nice dry stuff. It's just about good enough, really, I think. But so yeah, how are you going? Are you all waiting for fine weather to come, or are you behind and working out at the moment, or what way is it working out for you? But if it picked up now and stuck for a couple of weeks, it would just be perfect timing, because the crops are in it now. Where we were mowing yesterday now was super crop, so it was. But yeah, it does need to change and settle down. So you can probably see better now the height difference between the road that I've been on about. That's the road out there, and I'm down the hole in here. So I'm just going to scrape up some of this roughly, some of this looser stuff, and get some of this fill pulled in. I think it might be a time-lapse job. Now, you've seen a bit of time lapse there, the crack that was going on. You'll also see as well that another load of fill magically appeared. No, I had that filled on the dump trailer. It is over here on the 516. I left that filled on the dump trailer before I brought the digger down, because I had no more room to go tipping any without blocking the road or without tipping it over there all the way. So I just had it filled, and I went up, had a cup of tea, and got the load of fill. So it's actually just working out nicely now. The absolute miserable day all of a sudden it's just gone like winter again, but we're going to just give it a track in now with level fit good enough. Level plenty good enough, huge improvement compared to what it was. Should have a bit of comfort now coming in and out of there, because It was a sore spot. You could put 10 more loads of fill there if you wanted. You'd lose 5 or 6 anyways, very easily. But look, that's plenty good enough. Good solid base there to get going, and a nice gradual pull up, and plus it's about 5 foot wider as well now, which will also help. So yeah, I'm going to track this in here and we'll show you the finished product then. So there it is, finished product, I suppose, whatever. Bit of an improvement anyways. It will help the job. That fill, I'm not sure if I've mentioned it already, but it's very tacky, kind of dirty stuff. I think I have mentioned it on the video. So it's kind of gone in there semi-wet, tacky, perfect way to put it in. And when that sets, then ideally give it a week or that there in a bit of dry weather to set into place, and don't be putting heavy traffic on it till it does, because if the bog boils up underneath it again, because it is just bog basically underneath it, like so. But yeah, it'll set away, it'll do the job fine. But anyways, that's kind of it for today's video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and we shall catch you in the next one. Cheers for watching. Good luck.